The issue of Local Council 1 and Local Council 2 elections paralyzed business at Parliament last week, which prompted the Speaker to suspend the House sine die. Today, business has resumed, with government asking for more time, up to 6 months, to look for money and prepare these elections.
Mr. Speaker, government is committed to have elections for LOC1 and LOC2, subject to availability of funds. But as we speak now, the councils need guidance on how to proceed. So this instrument is to guide within this period of 6 months. And after 6 months, I want to believe that we shall have had the resources. The finance minister is here, and then we shall move. But this instrument is for this period.
The purpose of subsidiary legislation, I am now giving the broader purpose of subsidiary legislation, is to give flexibility to ministers and government officers to make a law. That is the purpose. It is actually possible to have as many statutory instruments as there can be. There is no problem. It is actually safer to be very specific on the purpose of extension than making this broad. Right, Honourable Speaker, this broadness...
How specific do you want him to be?
I have provided.
No,
because what is very clear, right, Honourable Speaker, is that we don't have money at the moment to hold elections.
Who says we don't have money?
But that is the point being given.
It is because you did not appropriate money for it.
Okay, so, right, Honourable Speaker, let me say this.
180 days have been granted to government to prepare these elections. But the question is, who slept on their job? Government accuses Parliament for failure to appropriate money for this item, while Parliament says government failed to present the item during the budget process.
That it was not this Parliament that did not budget, provide money for LOC elections. Because, and the Minister of Finance, Madam Speaker, needs to come on record and inform the country that during the budget presentation, you did not provide for the necessary resource. Otherwise, Madam Speaker, we will have a problem on the ground. I beg for your indulgence.
To be put on Parliament. The blame should be put on the leader of government business. They never brought LOC business to Parliament for allocation. The blame again should be put on finance. They never brought the amount to be appropriated. Because if finance doesn't bring the amount to be appropriated by government, by Parliament, we cannot appropriate out of blue.
It's not Parliament failing to appropriate. It's local government, MDAs, that have not given that money to Parliament. Parliament does not go out fishing for money. But you, as the presiding officer, as the custodian of the law, look at the grounding norm of the country. It is the Constitution first, not the local government regulations, which are in the 3rd schedule, Rule 11.
Speaker Mong has resolved the matter by allowing the local government minister, Honorable Raphael Majezi, to table the statutory instrument before Parliament, allowing government to extend term of leadership for Local Council 1 and Local Council 2. According to the Speaker and the majority of the legislators, the expiry of the local council leadership has stalled many businesses from being transacted.
We are dealing in a state of emergency. I want to tell you, I have people who are even in prison and cannot get out because we don't have the LOC ones in place. I want to plead with you.
Honourable Speaker, there's no qualm about it, and if you allowed us to debate this, you'd even see the efficacy of causing some amendments.
Okay.
For instance,
let's give 10 people to debate.
Thank you.
The ones are not able to issue letters to support movement permits. As a result of that, they asked me for an answer which I didn't have. Today, the Minister of Local Government has come with an answer. And therefore, I have nothing more useful to add but to support the extension of this term. Thank you.
There is a big crisis. A big crisis because there are many matters that are not moving because we have no legal LOC1 chairpersons on the borders. And Madam Speaker, as I talk now, the people of Busia municipality brought me here to make the laws. And I think that is our mandate as the August House of this country. I therefore want to agree and call upon my colleagues that the extension of 180 days should be supported so that the LOCs should go on and work so that the country is not held at standstill.
For any Ugandan to carry out a land transaction, acquire court bail, get a national ID, among others, a letter from LC1 and LC2 is required. This has not been happening since the 10th of July of this month, when the term of leadership of these local councils expired. Samula Hanifah, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.